Hello everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to paint a Fauvist landscape. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to stick around and check out my other art videos, art tutorials, and art lessons. I have so many super fun projects on this channel, Rainbow Parrot Art. And please support me by subscribing to this channel and liking this video. Fauvism is an art movement that began in France in 1905. This movement was an offshoot of the Impressionist and Neo-Impressionist art movements that came before it. In contrast to these earlier art movements, Fauvist paintings used bolder, brighter, more unnatural and intense colors, and more boldly defined shapes. This movement got its name from art critics who called these artists les fauves, which in French means wild beasts. Some notable Fauvist painters are Henri Matisse, André Derain, Maurice de Vlaminck, and Georges Braque. This movement only lasted for a few years, but it was important because of its uniqueness and because it paved the way for some more abstract art movements that followed. I'm going to base today's painting on a painting called Charing Cross Bridge, which was painted by André Derain in 1906. Derain created this painting while he was staying in London, England. It depicts a view of the River Thames, which is a river in London. I think it's really cool to compare this painting with an actual photo of Charing Cross Bridge and the River Thames. Derain's painting is definitely way more abstract and colorful. To get started, I'm grabbing an 11 by 14 inch piece of multimedia paper and a pencil. I'm going to sketch a rough outline of my composition. I'm drawing a horizon line a couple inches above the middle of my paper. Above the horizon line, I'm sketching a simple and very abstract silhouette of a London cityscape. Here I'm drawing a curved shoreline. I'm also adding some pencil marks here to delineate where the sun makes a reflection in the water. I'm adding additional lines here to mark where there are significant color changes in the water. I'm adding a couple curved wavy lines on the shore to mark where there are distinctive color changes. I'm drawing a few tufts of smoke coming out of the buildings in the background. This picture is going to be a simplified version of Derain's painting, so I'm going to leave out the bridge, but you can add the bridge if you want. Feel free to pause it here if you need more time to draw your composition. When you're done drawing, you're ready to start painting. I'm using acrylic paint. I've mixed some pink and white paint, and I'm using this color to paint the sky. When I finish adding this light pink, I'm going back and layering some darker pink on top. I'm using a small flathead brush because I like the way it makes rectangular brush strokes. I've mixed some yellow and white paint together. I'm going to use long, rough, rectangular brush strokes to layer this color right on top of my pink. When I'm ready to clean my brush, in order to prevent paint from washing down the drain, I pinch my brush inside a paper towel and gently windshield wiper it back and forth. Then I dip it in the water and I repeat this at least a couple times. I decided to touch up the sky with a bit of orange. Practice playing with your color and letting your colors blend right on the paper. I've just mixed some white and green paint. I'm using this color to paint my cityscape. I want the color to mix right on the paper, so I'm going back while the paint is still wet and adding some rough white brush strokes of paint. And now I'm adding a few darker strokes of green on top of that. Just play with the color and have fun. I'm also adding a green reflection in the water using the same color combo of green, light green, and white. I'm using light blue and white paint to fill in the rest of my cityscape. Now I'm going back over it with a few darker blue streaks. I'm using a similar color in the water. I've got a soft blue, and now I'm going to layer some white paint right on top of it. I'm going back and adding some rough horizontal brush strokes using shades of medium and dark blue. For this area back here, I've mixed some turquoise with white paint. Now that I've filled it in, I'm adding some darker turquoise brush strokes right on top. It's time to paint the sunlight reflecting on the water. I've mixed yellow and white paint. I'm filling in this whole area with this very light yellow color. I'm adding some thin orange horizontal brush strokes on top, and I'm also adding some darker yellow brush strokes. I love how these colors are all mixing together right on top of the paper. Finally, I'm adding some white brush strokes on top. Now I'm mixing green, white, and yellow to make a very light yellowish green. I'm using this color along the shore. I'm mixing a bright orange color and using this color to fill in the middle area of the shore. You can see that I've also added some white and red paint as I go. Finally, I'm adding some streaks of light blue, white, and dark blue. I'm going back and adding a few streaks of light blue and white paint in this area. I've added a tiny bit of purple to some white paint. I'm using this very light purple to fill in the left edge of the shore. Once I'm done filling in with this color, I'm going back and adding some tiny dark purple streaks of paint. For a finishing touch, I'm adding some red tones to my sunset. I'm adding a thin blue line to outline the edge of the shore. I'm adding a few rough yellow brush strokes down here. I'm not really sure what these dark blue ovals are. I think they might be beach rocks. I want my plumes of smoke in the background to look mostly white, but I'm just adding a hint of color to them. I hope you love how your painting turns out. Please be sure to say hi in the comments below and check out the other videos on my channel, Rainbow Parrot Art.